Hi, my viewers and students. I am Dr. Srinivas. Today, I was in front of you with the new topic called Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. So, this topic is very important for the students appearing for probationary officers examination. Okay. Recently, SBI have released 2000 probationary officers posts. Okay, in the interview point of view. Okay, and at the same time in the second phase of examination point of view also, this topic is very important. And at the same time, this is also important for the students who are pursuing MBA and for the general public also, and for the people who are working in banks also. This topic is very important. Okay, so this prevention of money laundering refers to the PMLA, I can say. PMLA refers to the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. Okay, so this act was passed the bill in 2002, but it started implementing from 2005 exactly. Okay, so what is the purpose of this act? We are using the word here called laundering. So laundering means nothing but cleaning. So money laundering means cleaning the money. Okay, so dirty money will be cleaned here, and they will make it into a, what you are understanding, a legitimate money. So that's the reason we use the word here laundering. Okay, so this money laundering and the connected activities of money laundering creates a lot of threat to the financial system of any country, I can say. Okay, when we particularly talk about India, so money laundering and its related activities create a serious threat to the entire Indian financial system. Okay, and at the same time, that the reason government have taken a proactive step and brought this act in 2002. Okay, so that to combat the integrity and our understanding, to combat the dangers of this money laundering activities, so that we can protect our integrity and sovereignty of the nation. Okay, so government of India was mandated Directorate of Enforcement, please listen carefully, Directorate of Enforcement of the Ministry of Finance to enforce the provisions of this PMLA Act. Okay, the particular department called Directorate of Enforcement, Ministry of Finance, okay, was the competent authority to enforce the provisions of this PMLA Act, and this Directorate of Enforcement was empowered to carry out such, okay, if any information was got regarding this money laundering activities done by either an individual or an organization or a politician, what else it may be. So this enforcement department was empowered to go for a search or seize of the properties and arrest the accused, I can say. Okay, and at the same time it will attach the properties and confiscation. Okay, and it will have the power to do the investigation. Okay, recently there was an amendment also in this PMLA in the June 2009. So government have brought some amendments also. With respect to PMLA Act 2002. Okay, so here how this PMLA will takes place, actually, how this money laundering activities will takes place, actually. So not PMLA. So how this money laundering, how people will do money laundering. So money laundering takes place in three ways. One is first placement, second one is layering, and the third one is integration. So what these people will do now, this money earned through illegal activities, okay, money owned through the shell companies. The shell companies means companies which are on paper. Physically there is no company actually. Okay, so people earning the money in the form of hawala, I can say. So this word is very, very popular. This hawala word we have heard in the year 1990, when many politicians was caught in this net, or your understanding of hawala, I can say. So hawala is nothing but the illegal transaction of money, converting this black money into white money. So that mechanism we call it as an hawala. So hawala is an Arabic word actually. Okay, when anybody have shared the information between the two, if an information is shared to between the two persons by a third person, so that we call it as an hawala there. That is an Arabic word, of course. Okay, so and at the same time, if anybody was given information regarding this hawala transaction, or this, or regarding this money laundering, okay, on any person, on any department, or anybody is corrupted and all these things, so their government have also been given a protection to that particular individuals. That is nothing but Whistleblowers Protection Act 2011. Whistleblowers Protection Act 2011 is an act so that anybody have brought the information to the competent authority, or to the government, or to the enforcement directorate, or a police, or understanding, they can be protected by this Whistleblower Protection Act 2011. Okay, so but how we can stop this money laundering? So this money laundering can be stopped by the lot of system involved in the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002, or we also call it as an anti-money laundering. Okay, so how we can do this means by, for example, banks can have a lot of opportunity to trace out this money laundering. So first they go with for KYC audit, okay, know your customer audit. So before opening the accounts, or during the progress of the accounts, they will regularly go for an KYC audit. That is one thing. The second one, they will have a eye on the, they will closely have a watch on the suspicious transactions. Okay, and the third one is customer due diligence. That is continuously they will have an investigation, a watch on the customer's transactions. That is customer due diligence. Okay, and checking out his background, who he was, what he is doing, where from he is getting money. Are you understanding? And all these things. And the other one is risk profiling. So risk profiling means they will categorize the customers, or the organization, or the companies, okay, transactions into three categories: category 1, category 2, and category 3. First category is called low risk profiles, second one is medium risk profile, and the third one is high risk profile. Okay, so this is about this topic today. The notes regarding this I will provide in my website www.telanganapropertyprofessionals.com. Okay, please catch the notes in my website www.telanganapropertyprofessionals.com. There I kept a link called SS Academy for Law. You know, my channel's name is SS Academy for Law. So I given a function there, are you understanding, a link there, SS Academy for Law. Okay, when you go to that link there, the notes regarding all my sessions will be available there, whether it may be a PPT or a PDF, what else it may be. I hope you understood now. Now today also there is a news on this PMLA that there is an investigation is going on regarding this ICICI Bank and Videocon Group loan case. You know, the Chanda Kochar, the CEO of ICICI Bank, is the and her husband, okay, is the prime accused in this money laundering case between ICICI Bank and Videocon Group loan case. Okay, so today there is a news on this case that Enforcement Directorate ED have given assurance to the Supreme Court that we are not going to take any coercive action against the former ICICI Bank CEO Chanda Kochhar. Okay, in the PMLA case. Okay, so daily we can see a lot of cases coming under this PMLA. Whenever there is a news of Enforcement Directorate, naturally there will be automatically there will be a PMLA Act 2002 comes into picture. Okay, and this is a very big topic, I can say. Okay, so a lot of information. Please, you can go through my notes which I am going to provide in my website. Okay, so corruption, bribery, are you understanding, drug trafficking, smuggling, prostitution, and okay, and transactions through the shell companies, even you know that bribery, staking, and some other understanding by the politicians in the projects, and all these money transactions will comes under are you understanding, money laundering only. Okay, laundering is nothing but washing. Here people will wash the dirty money and they will make it into the clean money. So for that they will use three methods what I mentioned. Placement, first they will place the money into the mainstream of the system. Okay, and the second one is layering. They will layering in the sense that they will invest in real estate, they will purchase the bonds, and they will invest in equity, so that they will do layering there. Okay, and later they will integrate and they will make it into the legitimate money. So that militants will use this do this money laundering activities. Why? Because they always do transactions with the cash. Are you understanding? So carrying the cash by the militants and antisocial elements is very, very difficult for them. It may be captured by the police at the toll gates or anywhere in the airport or anywhere. There is a chance that money will be, if you carry a lot of huge money, there is a chance that police will caught them, okay, at any place. That's the reason carrying cash is difficult for them. So that's the reason what they will do, they will use this remittance and all these things, okay, drafts and checks, and they will use this wire transactions. I can wire, okay, WIRE, wire transactions. Okay, so that is nothing but internet transactions are the mainstream of bank transactions. They will try to use these methods. Okay, so that's the reason they will use this method of placing, layering, and integration. Okay, please subscribe this channel and press the bell symbol and press the all and support this channel. Okay, so this is nothing but is free online education I am providing to the needy students in this pandemic time. Okay, so students are facing a lot of trouble in terms of going to the colleges. Government have not given permission, and okay, colleges are not yet started. Okay, so there is a difficulty for the students. Okay, so this is one sort of help I am doing in my leisure time. Thank you so much.